Alright, let's do this one last time. My name is Daniel Raymond Gosling. I am a filmmaker and visual effects artist. Today I am once again joined by my friends Calcifer and Dilly, and we will be making some Spidersonas.
I'm here. I'm here to do the Batman video.
No, we already did that. We're doing Spider-Man today.
Son of a...
So those of you who have seen some of my previous videos will know that I already made a Spidersona, which I recently featured in an animated short film. And while I still really like that design, it was made about a year ago, so it's probably time for an update. My last design remained very faithful to the more traditional classic sort of Spider-Man, so this time I was advised to do something that more reflects me in real life. So I guess we're making him emo. I was a bit directionless to start with, so I first began by adding some items of clothing that I most commonly wear, such as my red tie and my gloves. I then designed the rest of the suit around that. I went with a black and red colour scheme, and those are the primary colours I wear. I chose to not have a spider on the front due to the tie, so instead put a larger spider on the back and had the legs wrapped around to the front. I was inspired by the simplistic look of Gwen's suit, but also Blue Beetle from DC. The boots were based on some I found on Google which I thought looked cool. I wanted the suit to be really messy and thrown together, so I added a couple random wraps and belts just to fill it out a bit. I wanted the eyes to be really messy, almost like smudged makeup. I originally just had them be the outlines, but later changed it to be filled in with a darker red. And this was my final result.
Of course you had to have the red tie in there.
Oh, yes.
It's brilliant.
Great contrast as well with the black. So my Spidersona wasn't super hard to come up with. My idea was to do something like myself, but use a lesbian flag as inspiration for the colour scheme. I did a brainstorming session with some friends as I planned out the design, wanting to include a hoodie, cat ears, and a skirt, similar to my own Sona, basing it off my own Sona's outfit. The web shoes I based off Miles from Into the Spiderverse, but I also wanted something different. Instead of just normal web fluid, I did pink webs, because it seemed more cute to me. Now placing the colours was a bit tricky, but I went for more purples from flag as the main colour, with orange working as a secondary one, with the red being the web pairings on the orange that had that contrast. I also gave the typical gloves that same red pattern to try and balance out the orange a bit more, trying to keep everything more, uniformed. And lastly, I knew I wanted to include hearts, so I made her logo, a heart logo with spider symbols, and added it all over the outfit, as well as adding small hearts onto her trainers and her spider mask, surrounded by webs.
Love the colours on it.
I like the colours a lot.
For my Spidersona, I wanted to create what felt like an appropriate character development design for the Spidersona I created around this time last year. To achieve this, I focused on adjusting my Spidersona's design to now fit more how I dressed as opposed to how I would hide myself away. My original design had like a skirt and a big hood and absolutely nothing on show, whereas this design is a lot more freeing and unique, I think. Especially with the loose flowing hair, which while not typical in Spider-Man designs, I felt was appropriate. All the extras included in her design are items I own in real life. The boots are the boots I wear every single day, and the leather jacket is the leather jacket I wear every single day. I dress like a cartoon character. I have 3 outfits, and I cycle between them. There is nothing really to add to that. For my color palette, I decided to stick to shades of greys, purples, and blues. I subbed out the pink accents that were in my original design for slightly more purple to give it more of a muted experience look. I feel like my new design looks like a much more experienced spider person as opposed to the original design that looked like someone who's just starting out, a lot more uncomfortable in their own skin, but this design feels like it reflects a lot more of a confident Spidey person. I kept the heart motif at the center of the mask like my original design, and I think my new design for the spider emblem does a lot more in creating a unique visual for this character. I also think the bodysuit with the layered like swimsuit style bodysuit on top creates a more striking visual than just the plain spider suit, which I think was a good idea for my character design standpoint, and also just does kind of show off a character who's a bit more body confident than they may have used to be, which is also a huge part of what I wanted to go for in this design. Thank you for watching my little segment. You guys are great.
God damn.
You did not have to do that hard on rendering. Yes, Jesus Christ.
Spider logo has to be the best part, I think, for me.
So right from the beginning, I knew I wanted mine to be a medieval Spider-Man, set in the capital of England at the time, Winchester, in around the 1180s. Before he became a friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man, his name was Peter Piper, a small-time thief that had to steal food to stay alive. And after a few years, when he woke down on his quickly realised doing full Robin Hood his sleep and stealing from the rich and giving back to the poor, paying back his debt to society. I decided to give him the name Money Spider, because in English folklore, seeing a money spider was seen as a good omen for having wealth and new clothing. So I like green, if you couldn't tell. So I primarily made his suit a bright green colour to show that he's friendly and non-threatening. I made those parts have a lot of stitching to show that it's torn and handmade. The grey parts of his suit is chainmail with a web pattern to it. How could he afford that? I don't know, are you really going to question me on this? Piss off. I liked the idea of his logo having a money bag as the abdomen, with the classic cartoon dollar symbol on it.
Oh, but dollars didn't exist back then.
Yeah, and there weren't also spider people running around the place. He's able to produce webs naturally from his wrists, like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, but he's not able to shoot them on their own. Instead, he has to utilise the small bows that he has on his wrists, and by attaching arrows to the webs, he's able to shoot them to be able to swing from building to building. And there he is, Spider-Man, but he's British in medieval England. You're welcome, people who watch this. Ta-da.
Oh my god.
It's Robin Hood!
Is he wearing sandals? Is he wearing socks and sandals?
Guys, leave the
those are-
scandals alone.
So, those were our Spidersonas. I would like to thank Calcifer, Dilly, and Leo for doing this with me. It was a lot of fun.